Chris Muir did his...
Can Collingwood come back? Coleman in the ruck with Fellows, who wins that one. He's won a lot of centre bounce knockouts. Coleman's done well around the ground. Ball comes out of the centre towards Burgess. Might have got one in the back there. Roberts gets it under Browning. Roberts has been a very good player for the Swans and their skipper of last year, a real grubber. Around to the centre wing position. Williams in front, can't gain control, flicked out to Bolton. Bolton from the edge of the square goes for a pass, not a particularly good kick, or it didn't look good, but Kappa takes the mark. He let out well, and Warwick Kappa, who's been fairly quiet today, well held by Phillips, has the chance to bring up his first goal of the second half. He's already kicked one goal, but of course last week against Northville he kicked 8.
That's right.
So Warwick Kappa from 35 metres out, pretty well directly in front. That awkward kicking style of his looks effective on this occasion, and that's a great start for the Swans in the second half. Kappa bringing up his second goal, and the Swans go further ahead. 10 goals, 10-70, and Collingwood 5-6-36.
Lovely play by Greg Williams. He was under real pressure. We see the replay now. Greg Williams goes after it, takes it, and as quick as a flash, the hand pass onto Bolton, and then the left foot pass after a beautiful lead from Kappa. So good football, good teamwork.
1.5 minutes now gone in the third quarter. 10-10 to 5-6. Coleman against Fellows. Fellows again wins that one. Can Collingwood get it out of the centre? They should through range. He's gone for the hand pass to Tony Shaw. Tony Shaw up towards the right half forward flank. Tui in the road. Should get the mark and or free kick. No, says the umpire. Could have been interfered with, but not so. It's going to be a bounce. There's a bit of a dish up behind play too. Burgess and Browning. Browning involved in a couple of scuffles so far today.
It was Burgess and Tui. Browning came in to try and help things.
So it's going to be a bounce. Let's just take a look at it again. Oof. So a bounce in Collingwood's attacking zone this time.
It's about 55 metres out from their goal. Grabbed by Coleman. I think he nearly threw that one, but the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. A quick kick by Williams. And there's down he goes with that in the back to Holden, holding the ball against him. And a good tackle to Tony Shaw. He's got the ball on the half-forward line, but that Collingwood forward line's got a 15-metre penalty here. Now, he's not the greatest kick in the world. I think the distance could be too far for him. There's a lead coming out there now from Ryan. He's ignored that. He's going to have a shot. There's the kick on its way. Won't make the distance. The pack fly. Williams in front. Oh, he's grabbed that just about. He's going to pay it. And I think you're right, Bob. You've got to have him down there on the forward line because he's the only experienced player they've got. They've got no system at all. And he will not give in. And can take a good grab now and again.
It's asking a lot of Mark Williams, but when you've got a depleted forward line, and then you have to ask a little bit extra from players like him.
And he's a great captain. He sets a fine example. He's only about 10 metres out, if that. And he's put that through for a goal, and a badly needed one for Collingwood.
You know, buying a car is like racing a car. Your aim is to come out a winner.
Compare these similarly priced cars. Pulsar, Corolla, Laser. One comes out way in front. Only the Nissan Pulsar has a 1.5-litre engine. Only the Nissan Pulsar has 5-speed manual transmission, the largest hatch in its class, and air conditioning. Right now, during Pulsar Runout, you get a lot more car for a lot less money. Don't miss it. Pulsar Runout.
You just can't lose at your Nissan dealer.
It's in front of this very big crowd here today. 28 points the difference, just on the 4-minute mark. Ball comes back to Williams. That's a hurried kick. Tony Shaw plays it on in front and got a chance to send Collingwood back through range. He should go for the long kick. He gets around 2 opponents. Hooks the ball across to centre half forward. The pack set themselves. Up they go. Neville Shaw comes into mid. He's in a bit of trouble. He gets a hand pass out wide to Abernathy. A high kick back to the goal square. Manson's there with Carter. The ball hits the deck there. 3 Collingwood. Oh, Williams ducks his head. The umpire said play. No free kick. Tony Shaw snaps a fresh air shot. Good defensive play by the Swans, putting plenty of pressure on them. Back it goes to Fellows at centre field, and he's taken the mark. So he should go for the long kick directly down the ground. That's what he does. It lands in front of the full forward position, the pack fire. There's a strong mark to Dersma. So Dersma's got the mark at full back. 4.5 minutes gone, 28 points the difference in favour of the Swans.
Jamie Dersma redirecting play towards the outer side of the ground. Wes Fellows got 2 hands to it, couldn't complete the mark. Opportunity for Holden. Socket away by Big Coleman if he can pick it up. Out to Williams, fumbles, unusual for him. Tries to get it to Dennis Carroll, and effectively so. The Swan skipper long towards the Right half forward flank, Edmund and McEwen. McEwen just about grabbed the mark. Gets it back to Greg Smith, who got a nasty knock earlier in the game. Back to Browning, loses that one. Picked up by Neagle, tries to crash through. Back it comes to Browning again after it was lost down there by Ryan. Up to half forward for the Swans. Loose ball, Phillips and Kappa. Phillips has had him covered so far. Picked up, no, should have been picked up by Gafer. Opportunity for Tony Morwood. Morwood over the top. Jim Edmund in the goal square. Couldn't miss from 2 metres out, and Edmund puts it through. 3 goals to Jimmy Edmonds, the leading goal kicker for the Swans now. They're 11th, 11-10 to 6-6 on Sevens big lead.
Well, that was one of those situations where luck does count in football, because an awkward bounce, firstly for both Kappa and Phillips, and then another awkward bounce for Gafer, and let Tony Moore in to take it. Bounced over the head of Phillips, came back, bounced away from Gafer, and so Tony Moore then able to pick it up, hand pass over the top, and Jim Edmund kicking his 3rd goal.
3 goals to Edmund, 2 goals to Tony Danaher, 2 to Kappa, the goal kickers for the Swans. Back into the centre, 6 minutes gone in the 3rd quarter. Tony Shaw again, but battling for the Swans as Healy, and he taps it out to right. Right's kick down towards the centre half forward position. Out comes Phillips. He's done an excellent job down there today. Kappa tackled not too well by Smith. Could have given away a free kick, but it's going to be a bounce at left half forward flank for the Sydney team. It's going to be Fellows against Danaher for the knock. Danaher looking for the front position. Fellows is too tall, tried to hit it to range, but Tony Shaw backs up well. Shaw's kick around towards the wing position. And good palm on by Burgess. Right again. Threads his way through 3 Collingwood opponents. Gets the hand pass to Coleman and turn to Bolton. Bolton over the top of Mullane. Tries to find Williams. Williams showing Neville Shaw a clean pair of heels. He's gone for a shot. That might be close. Has he put it through? For 1 behind, I think, yes. Only 1 point. 11-11 to 6-6 at the SCG. 77 plays 42. As we await Greg Phillips to bring the ball back. Kappa's kicked 2 goals today, but of course hasn't been quite as damaging as he was when the Swans played North Melbourne. Phillips favours the outer side slightly, looking for and finding Fellows. Dropped it, but I think nevertheless a mark.
20,000.
Must have been a free gate. Looks a bit more than that, I must admit. Down towards half forward for Collingwood. Burgess gets the hand pass out. Picked up by Abernathy. Mark taken by Manson. And Manson well within kicking distance. He's only about 15 metres out and on a very slight.
Well, he should kick this one, Bobby. There shouldn't be any doubt about it as Abernathy gets it down, playing in front. And that's the beauty of playing in front, particularly when you're a big guy, Bob.
You've got some sort of chance, and Abernathy hasn't been a really constructive player today, but when he does get the ball, usually effective.
Well, he's got a chance to make the difference. 29 points here. Collingwood badly needing this goal. Manson fires, and that's okay. It's a goal.
We've seen a whole lot of champions in Australia.
From NEC comes a video recorder with features that lead the way.
And the difference now, 29 points, is it? Yes, 29 points the difference in favour of the Sydney Swans. Collingwood badly needing another goal. Knocked out by Fellows, doing good work in the ruck. Picked up that time by Glowry. Ducking his head was Mullane. Picked up again by Tui. A short kick, but in the way that time as Smith plays on. Goes short. Out wide to Abernathy. Gets around his opponent, Bolton. He's going for the long kick down there towards the full forward position. Williams coming in for the mark. Couldn't hold it. Well backed up that time by Tui, but it's off the side of his boot, and Collingwood got another chance to go deep into attack as the hand pass comes out now to Turner. Short pass in front as Ryan couldn't hold the mark. It's going for the boundary line and out of bounds. I'd still go directly at the goals. I think that might have been Gay for having that kick then. No, it was Turner. I was right the first time. Ball comes back into play again. There's Ryan going through. He was grabbed. The umpire called play. Another ball up about 50 metres out from the Collingwood goal. There's no good going to the flanks on this ground. You've got to go straight down the centre and take the chance. And you never know that a little bit of luck will come to the fore sometimes. Ball hits the deck, knocked out by Mance. Another stack up as we see Mitchell at the bottom of the pack. The game's really slowed up because we saw a fair standard of game in the first half of the match.
The first quarter was excellent, wasn't it?
Certainly was.
9 goals scored then.
77 plays, 48 in favour of the Swans. Into this quarter by 10.5 minutes. The ball comes back to Carter. He's in plenty of trouble. Umpire call play on as the ball is grabbed that time by Neagle. Over it goes now, and the ball taken away by the Swans up there towards the centre of the ground. Punched away, a long punch that time by McEwen. Over it goes to Daniels. Oh, he's grabbed Turner, but he tried to make the effort. Knocked down at Tony Shaw. Scoops it out, comes out wide. A chance for Burgess. They can't pick the ball up. Collingwood, they're trying to knock it on instead of picking it up. As they go for Williams, is that holding the man? I think it might be. Oh. Yes, it is.
Interesting one, that.
So it'll be a free kick to Williams. It's holding him out of the way, I'd say, Bob.
Yes, he hand passed the ball forward, Lou, and then so he had got rid of the ball.
Short kick down there. The ball punched away. Oh, no, he couldn't hold that mark. Going in this time is Paul Morwood. He's grabbed right on the boundary line. The ball is out of bounds. So there'll be a throw in from the Swans half-forward line, about 70 metres around from their goal. They're 11 goals, 11-77 to Collingwood, 7-6-48. The ball back into play again. Morwood gets that. Shane Moore with a hand pass to the wrong man. Neagle picks it up, driven up by Roberts. He copped one on the face that time as the ball goes back there towards the half-forward line, and a good mark taken here by Gaffer. Gaffer out there at half-back. Well, Collingwood playing with a little bit more strength, but there's no one up there in the forward line to take a mark. Off the top of the pack again. This is Carroll. Fumble the ball. Ryan goes after him. He's slung. The umpire still calling play on Neville Shaw. Spins out of the pack. It's over to Rains. This is a long kick up there towards the full forward position. Williams in front. Punched out by Dersma. Knocked on by Browning. A chance now for Manson to kick it off the ground, but they're backing up well, the Swans. And Carter comes across and takes the ball away from the danger zone.
Not just yet. Paul Morwood fumbles, runs into Williams. Chance for Ryan. Drops it. Looking for a free kick. Could have almost got one. 2 goals this quarter to Williams if he's accurate. Hit the post.
Free kick to Ryan.
Free kick to Ryan back there. You're right the first time, Pete.
Well, young Ryan's only about 20 metres out from goal, and he's directly in front, and this is just what Collingwood want. Had a nasty kick on the ankle, perhaps. And again, if you don't wear your socks down, I suppose, and not having shin guards, it's not going to help you. Ryan hasn't scored a goal so far today. But directly in front. Should get the distance. Accuracy will wait on. It's a goal.
The new Hoover President dishwasher is so quiet.
23 points in it now as Collingwood show a little bit of fight, for which, of course, they were famous for many years. Knocked away by Fellows, not very far on that occasion. Neagle picks up the crumbs at the centre circle, runs the wrong way, gets it back to Browning, who should go for the long kick. That's a tremendous kick by Browning, down towards half-forward. Knocked away by McEwen. Morwood's there, so too is Tony Shaw, doing plenty of good work over the head of Morwood, trying to find Rains, who doesn't get a favourable bounce. And the opportunity now is for big Glenn Coleman, not doing a bad job today around the ground either. Edmund looks for the hand pass, gets it back to Danaher, spins beautifully out of trouble. Danaher up towards full forward. Now where's Capper? He's got to beat 2 off them, or 3. Didn't get the ride. Back to Danaher again. And the mark taken by Phillips, over 15 metres against Bolton. Umpire paying the play-on rule. And the mark taken for Collingwood by Daniels. Collingwood looking a little bit better in the last few minutes. Back to Phillips again. Almost caught by Healy. Over to Gaffer. Gaffer's kick around towards the centre wing position. Not well directed. And the mark is taken by Merv Neagle. Neagle just short of the centre wing position. Plays on. And straight up towards half forward. Big Wes Fellows is there. Had the sit. And a very charitable mark. He didn't hold that one for long enough. Or did he, Bob?
I think I would have played it, Pete.
Wes Fellows has rucked splendidly today, especially at the centre circle. Browning gets the crumbs from that pack. Shoots out the hand pass. Again, Abernathy at court. Over it goes to Dersma. Dersma's gone for a short pass. Picked up by Stevie Wright at the right half forward flank. Well shepherded by Edmund. Long shot at goal. Looks pretty good from the Swans ruck rover. And Stevie Wright puts it through. Wright bringing up his first goal of the afternoon and the Swans 12th.
Well, last year's best and fairest for the Swans, carrying on in fine style. Got an excellent game last week against North Melbourne, and today another good game and a fine goal on that occasion.
15.5 minutes gone. The Swans back 29 points in front. They're 83 to Collingwood 54. And Collingwood still can't break clear. Knocked out by Fellows. Not a good knockout. Lost sight of that. Picked up here now by Daniels. A hand pass coming over to Mullane. Mullane's hand pass is okay. It's Tony Shaw ready to go for the long. Kick out wide looking for Williams. Dersma comes over. Well played by Dersma. They both go down. And Browning gets away from Abernathy. Can't pick it up. Abernathy's still on him. It'll go for the boundary line and out of bounds. On Collingwood's half-forward on about 75 metres around from their goal. Not enough fire on that Collingwood forward line. Got enough players to take a mark. Very inexperienced, as Bob Skilton explained just a three-quarter time. Punched out that time by Collingwood. Grabbed by Mitchell. A hurried kick back towards the half-forward line. Fellows comes in, gets a hand to it. Paul Morwood balked. Hand pass out to the right. He's got... looking for Healy. Will it bounce? It bounced beautifully. For this could be a goal as he straightens up and fires. It's a long kick and it's a good one. It's another goal. They're running wild now. Well, that was on the cards as soon as he grabbed it, and it bounced right for him, Bob. 13-11, 89, the Sydney Swans to Collingwood 8-6-54.
Yes, a good play down there by Mark Browning. He's played an excellent game across the half-back line. And so the teamwork of the Swans showing out there with Stevie Wright getting a nice hand pass across. And on replay, we see Healy, balk, steady, and a nice goal.
Well, Collingwood in plenty of trouble now as we approach the 17.5-minute mark of this third quarter. They're down by 35 points. That'll take a bit of picking up as the way they're playing. Knocked out by Fellows. Shaws go after it again. Tony Shaw gets a hand pass, a bad one. This allows the ball to be driven up by Tony Moore with Phillips in front. Couldn't hold the mark. Oh, beautiful play by Stevie Wright. Another goal. They're running riot, the Swans. They're playing right over the top of them. No one scaling down for Collingwood. 14-11-95. The Collingwood 8 goals, 6-54. And they're in plenty of trouble, Mr. Skilton.
As John Ironmonger was watching, we watched the replay. Kappa punches the ball away. And an excellent piece of roving by Steve Wright to bring up another goal.
2 goals to Stevie Wright now. And the Swans hitting a purple patch with 3 goals in 4.5 minutes. 95-54. That's a difference of 41 points now in favour of the home side. Fellows again winning it from the centre circle. Tony Shaw gets the hand pass out, and it's picked up for Collingwood by Daniels. Daniels down towards full forward. Opportunity at the back for Ryan. Big Manson's in there as well. Can't pick it up. Now a chance for Collins. Gets sat upon almost. Dersma in front. Mitchell almost out of bounds, but he keeps the ball in play. And the Swans get clear again as the ball is driven round towards the member stand side. And over the line and out of bounds.
Bob, that Collingwood attack's hopeless. It's got no idea at all how to go about getting a kick. And, of course, they're swamped by this defence of the Sydney Swans, Pete.
That's Glenn Coleman in close-up. Rains. Out of bounds. Rains doesn't often waste a kick, but on that occasion, it is out on the full. And the free kick will be taken for the Swans down there in the back pocket by Bernard Toohey. 95-54, 41 points in favour of the Swans, up towards left half forward. Big Fellows again, not played that one. Danaher, Mitchell, ridden into the ground or holding the ball. Might be a free kick, or is it going to be a bounce? It's a bounce on centre wing. .5 minutes gone in the quarter. Fellows was pretty well rucked continually for Collingwood right throughout the day, but knocked away by Danaher on that occasion. And the ball picked up for Collingwood by Daniels. Back to Carroll, then turned to Paul Morwood. Paul Morwood into the square, and the mark is taken by Roberts. A very good player today, especially in that second quarter. 15-metre penalty, Pete. He now decides to play on. He's gone long. He's trying to find Kappa. Phillips is there with him. Phillips again just gave him a little bit of a nudge, but nonetheless takes a good mark. He's been a fine player, Phillips, one of Collingwood's best, certainly. Up at the centre wing position. Manson late on the scene. Crashes into his opponent. Chance for Smith. Smith back to half forward. The mark taken by Burgess. Attention from Browning. The call is play on. It could be a goal here as it's put through by Collins. His second, and the badly needed one.
Thanks to its unique air freshener, the new Hoover Aromatic.
Collins of Carroll, I should say.
There's the kick. It's off the side of the boot. And it went straight down the throat of Stevie Wright. 15-metre penalty, I would say. Yes, against Collingwood again. So they're still trailing by 34 points. 23 minutes gone of this third quarter. Punched out by Morwood. It hits the deck. Overrun the ball was Williams. Paul Morwood goes for a knock on, but in comes Mullane. He goes down. They'll pounce on him for sure. And the umpire will ball it up. Still around about the centre of the ground. Well, that forward line is hopeless. That was a shocking kick by Manson after taking such a great mark.
It
was a
deserved
pity.
better, didn't it?
Certainly did. There she goes again. Knocked out by Fellows. As we said, doing pretty well as far as the knockouts are concerned. Shaw springs out of the pack. That was good play by Tony Shaw. Now he's right. A kick over the half-forward line looking for Williams. Has grabbed it. And he's about 45 to 50 metres out from goal, directly in front. I think the distance may be too far for him. Collingwood's score is 60 to the Sydney Swans 96. That's a difference of 36 points. There's the kick on its way. It won't make the distance. Tap to the ground. Coming out the beat of this Burgess. One on his tail is right. It'll go for the boundary line. Oh, he picked it up in time. Hooks the ball back towards the full forward position. The pack fly. Glowry got up high. Couldn't hold it. Oh, Williams is in trouble and so is Roberts. Did he throw it away? It's punched back again. Down they go like 9 pins. Daniels coming out. He's pulled to the ground. That time a push in the back. He could have been lucky against Healy that time. It was nearly holding the ball. It was a 50-50 job, I'd say, Peter.
Bit of a dish up too, Lou. In fact, a couple of them. It's been brewing for a while out there.
Well, that's the only thing Collingwood can win at the moment. The fight, they're certainly long way behind the game, Peter.
Well, Temple's certainly a little afraid out there. I think they're starting to settle down now.
Mark Williams letting a couple go at Carter.
And I think you'll find a free kick to Daniels.
Let's take a replay of all that, or some of it anyway.
I thought it was a good tackle.
So Daniels has the free kick. Hasn't had many today.
It's at 10 possessions.
Needed one for Collingwood. Daniels putting through his first, albeit a controversial one. Collingwood's 10th, 66 to 96, a difference of 30 points. Sevens big league from the SCG. Here's the kick again.
This was a fairly even term with 28 points at half-time, and that goal by Daniels making it 30 points. So pretty much all square for the third term.
We're approaching the 26-minute mark of the quarter now. Official attendance was just over 20,000, 96 to 66. Watching the game, knocked down by Fellows, not very far. Paul Morwood picks it up, gets it up to half forward. Hand pass comes out for Healy from Edmund. Healy, can he get clear? He does so, fires at the goal with the right foot, but off target, and that makes a difference, 31 points. 97 to 66, 14-13 to 10-6 at the SCG. As we await the ball to come back into play, again through Phillips. He's played on Kappa right throughout the afternoon and done an excellent job. Kappa restricted to 2 goals so far. That's a mark.
Yeah, that's a good effort, Pete, when you think that the amount of times that the Swans have gone into attack too.
That's right. Ryan's kick up to Mullane. Hasn't been the damaging player he was last week against Essendon. Mullane, long kick to half forward. Knocked away by Roberts. Back to Williams. Boot the ball very quickly up towards half forward, and Edmund, with backing up for Collingwood as McEwen. He decides to go for a run, and well shepherded. Brings the ball up towards the centre wing position, and the mark taken for the Swans by Paul Morwood. Morwood fed across the centre of the ground, trying to find Danaher, couldn't do so. Stevie Wright is there. They both fumble. Now it's scooped out, albeit thrown out. Wright got one a little bit too high, might get a free kick, and he does. Short pass from Wright, the lead on from Kappa. That's something that his game has improved in, his leading. Long way from goal. I don't know whether we'd call him the longest kick in the side, certainly.
Well, he's a bit deceptive with his
He
kick.
is.
He's got a funny style, but yet he seems to be very accurate.
Yeah,
Covers
very
a bit of
accurate.
distance, Pete.
I think you get it from there, though, Lou. But then again, Mickey Conlon kicked a fantastic goal yesterday. I didn't give him much hope for. That's just touched on the line. So a further point to the Swans, kicked by Warwick Kappa. The Swans 14th, 14-14, 98 to 10-6, 66, a difference of 32 points. McEwen, long to the outer side. Morwood takes the mark in front of his opposite number 7, Dennis Carroll. Shane Morwood and Greg Phillips, certainly two of Collingwood's best players. As Bob said, they've been lucky to have them down there today. Lovely little pass out to Rains, and Rains goes long. That could just about be a score into the goal square. Might be touched, or was it not touched? I don't know. No, it's a goal.
It's a goal. Well, luck's a fortune there, Bob, because it looked as though it could have been easily touched by the two players, the Collingwood and the Swans players.
Yes, you would almost bet that somebody had to touch that ball. As we watch on replay now, Rains getting it from the short kick from Burgess. And now you see Carter and Glowry both competing and both laying against each other, and neither of them touching the ball, which was remarkable.
26 points the difference. That's what Collingwood's got to do. Go long. Knocked out by Fellows again. Chance on. Neagle missed that. Picked up by Burgess. A high kick up towards the full forward position. They all fly. No one can take the mark. A hand pass from Collins out the shore. Another goal. The Magpies are bouncing back. Only 20 points the difference now. And they're back in this ball game. 14-14-98 to the Sydney Swans. 12-6-78. And there's the Collingwood's Brain Trust. They're starting to have a little bit of a smile, I should imagine.
Well, 2 goals in about 30 seconds. And it's just the type of thing to really lift the side. And if Collingwood can get the ball out of the centre again, with almost 30 minutes gone for the term, it would be a vital goal if they can take it straight down the ground now.
There's Lee Matthews. 20 points the difference. Oh, Morwood got into the back of Shaw, knocked out again, down towards that centre half forward position. Going through is Shane Morwood, over to Shaw, back to Morwood again. A hand pass out to Burgess, I should say. A short pass again. It's all right, and Rains has got it. He's gone for the long kick again, but it'll drop short this one, and a good safe mark taken there by Roberts. 20 points the difference. Into the quarter by just over 30 minutes. Siren due to go any tick of the clock as Tui takes the mark out there on the centre wing position. Borks drives the ball down to the forward pocket on a bad sort of a pass, and Tony Morwood's got the ball about 45 metres out from goal. He centres it up there towards the full forward position. The pack fly knocked out by Fellas. Kappa, he goes down. And the ball driven away by Abernathy. Out there towards Maud and Gayfer. Punched out by Gayfer. Coming in as Shaw. He smothers the ball. Picked up by Healy. Back off. Fumble that time by Wright. Two Swans players spoiling each other there. And this gives Collingwood a bit of a breather. And the umpire will ball it up about 45 metres out from the Sydney Swans goal. And they're in front by 20 points. 98 plays 78. Collingwood making a comeback. You see Healy limping pretty badly there. Well, certainly he's been pretty well covered today, but he's come into the game the last 10 minutes or so. Back it goes again. Williams. A hand pass back here to Coleman. A hurried kick up there towards the full forward position. That goes Phillips. No one can take the mark. They've all lost sight of it. This allows Smith to pick it up. Short pass. A shocker. And it's marked here by Bolton at centre half forward. So a chance now for the Swans to get another goal. And the pressure really on the Collingwood defence. Phillips and Shane Morwood doing a very good job down there in those key positions. There's the kick into the goal square. Capper at the back. He goes high, but there we see Fellows taking a great mark and saving the day for a couple of seconds at least for Collingwood.
Fellows short pass at the back. Morwood, he's grabbed that one. And he's only got one boot on, so I wouldn't fancy his chances of kicking it. There it is. There's your boot, son. Now, will we put the boot on? Yes, the umpire's going to whistle time on. And I think very wisely, Paul Morwood, he shouldn't get arrested for time wasting here. The umpire's throwing the boot anyway.
He's played a fair game since he came on the ground, Bob, too.
Yes, Holden wasn't doing well as Greg Healy's in the hands of the trainers. But in that last 5 or 10 minutes or so, Collingwood have really come back. The Swans looked as though they might have gone away, and great play by Tony Shaw around the centre. In fact, the whole Collingwood side have lifted. Morwood across the back line. Gayfer has been quite good. And as you said, Turner against Healy has been a solid player. But Tony Shaw, the catalyst in the lift. Rains also doing quite well.
Yes, a lovely goal kicked by Rains before. But back to Paul Morwood. Now he's missed that, I think. It's only a point. That's when the Swans badly needed a goal to reassert their supremacy here. They still lead by 21 points. And of course, I think it was around about 40 points earlier.
41 actually, but I think
41 was it, Lou? Thanks. Very long quarter, this 32 3/4 minutes. Of course, we had a fight and then that little delay there from Paul Morwood while he put his shoe back on. Now, ball booted back into play. At the back is Manson. Tries to palm it further forward. It goes to Turner. He couldn't handle it. 3 Collingwood players are out there on the wing. Good tackle on Mitchell down there by Ryan.
Too high, they said.
Well, I thought that was a good tackle, but it won't matter because the siren's gone for three-quarter time. And an excellent...
St Kilda skipper Trevor Barker. Footscray's Jim Sewell. St Kilda's Greg Burns.
Just admit.
From Friday night, North Donald McDonald.
McDonald, oh, great mark!
Back into attack.
His teammate John Platten.
This very determined. Oh, great mark to Platten.
And from yesterday, the Lions spearhead Bernie Quinlan.
Now it doesn't make
again, Footscray's Jim Sewell.
Oh, there's a mark to Sewell. That was a great mark.
His teammate Mark Kellett.
Oh, well intercepted, a good mark to Kellett.
A long kick by the
Fitzroy's Paul Roos.
10-metre square. Hardy is there. Almost a mark.
Fella, oh, it's Hardy down
his
there.
His teammate Grant Laurie.
And oh, there's a great mark to Laurie.
Ezard picks it up.
Essendon's Roger Merritt.
Face of goal. It's blowing back.
It's got it.
Great mark.
It's got it.
Excellent mark to Roger Merritt.
Geelong's Bill Brownless.
Good mark to Billy Brownless.
Carlton's Essendon's Roger Merritt.
Great mark by the Dodger. It was
now for St Kilda, a couple from David Grant. First,
to compete in the air, and he does too.
And the second.
Did he ever? Kicks in toward the centre square. Burns sets himself.
Danny Frawley for the Saints.
Good mark to Danny Frawley over the top.
Carlton recruits Steve Kernahan. For Richmond, Michael Pickering. Again with the Blues, up forward Peter Kenny. Now Tom Alvin. Richmond spearhead Michael Roach. Carlton captain Mark McClure. And finally with the Tigers, Peter McCormack.
And the winner of the Nissan Mark of the day was David Grant of St Kilda. Final quarter just about to get underway here at the Sydney Cricket Ground. 21 points the difference. Here we go for Sevens Big League. The last quarter from the SCG. 14-15 plays 12-6 in favour of the Swans, but Collingwood pegged them back by some 7 points in that third quarter. Kicked 3 goals in the time on period and certainly looked a lot better side. Can they go on with it from here? Once again a bounce. Fellows and Coleman, they've rucked pretty well unchanged, but this one time is knocked out by Morwood. Picked up by Dennis Carroll. The Swan skipper goes long, tremendous distance in that kick, but a great mark taken by Greg Phillips.
Played a fine game today, Pete.
Yes, one of Collingwood's best players. Lou, you'd have to put him in votes, I think. Ball hits the deck again, Shaw, who was instrumental in bringing Collingwood back into it in that quarter. The previous one, Abernethy up towards full forward. Dersma, Mark Endor free kick. It'll be against Mark Williams. And Jamie Dersma will take the free kick just up from the back pocket. Got a nice whack in that right eye earlier in the game. Dersma to Toohey. If Toohey can take it, he couldn't. Morwood gets the hand pass out, trying to find Burgess. Dennis Carroll beats him to it. It's out of bounds, almost on centre wing. Tending more towards, though, Collingwood's half-forward line. Boundary throw in. Coleman and Manson. That was almost throwing the ball, but no free kick to the Swans there. Coleman lost it. Socked away by Toohey out towards the centre wing position. Ball very wide out towards the boundary line. Morwood goes down, trying to pick it up and get it away from Gafer. Picked up by Stevie Wright. Wright flicks out the hand pass. Back to Edmund. It goes to Danaher. Danaher's kick is a high one. Plenty of Collingwood Guernseys there. And the Magpies through Greg Smith get the ball clear. Back in towards the centre field area. And chipping in to take a brilliant mark is Neagle. They need him to fire in the final quarter if they're to get the 4 points. Neagle's kick up towards the full forward position. Knocked away by Phillips again, playing the game of his life down there. Gets up to Tony Shaw, and he hasn't done badly either. Chance again for Roberts. Kappa will do the shepherding, or should do. Too high or too wide. Oh, it's a mark to Mitchell, is it?
Good mark.
Nearly out of bounds. And Mitchell grabbed it right on the boundary line. So little Mitchell, as we see the mark again. Great grab, Bob.
Yes, Smith did try and punch the ball away, but just couldn't get fist the ball, and it was an excellent mark.
For Barry Mitchell, chance for his second goal to give the Swans some breathing space. An almost impossible angle. He might have threaded that one. That's a pretty good kick, I tell you. It's a goal. So the second goal put through by Barry Mitchell, 15-15 to 12-6 now at the SCG.
Yes, well, as I said at three-quarter time, I think that Collingwood had to get that goal.
That's right, Bob.
And it would have lifted the confidence of Collingwood, just as I feel an angled goal like that would surely lift the confidence of the Swans. And I'm sure Leanne Edelston is quite happy.
Well, she seemed pretty happy, and so she should be, because they look as though they could win this game now. That was a very handy goal. Knocked out by Healy. Bolton going through. He's grabbed, but he goes down. He's up. Gets it over now to right. Back it goes again. Toohey with a hand pass out wide to Danaher. Held left footer at the goals. It's not a good one, but it'll be okay. Over to Moore, with the umpire must have called play on, as the ball is tapped out by Mullane. The ball on the ground again. A hand pass coming out now to Edmund from Danaher. It's off target and through for 1 point. The Swans bombarding the goals now. They can smell victory. 106 plays 78. A difference of 28 points. A short pass and marked here by Abernethy. He's got that mark down there in the back pocket. If Collingwood are going to have a chance this game, they've got to get a goal pretty quickly to boost up their confidence again. In front is Fellows. That was a good mark. Hasn't played a bad game today, young Fellows.
He's played well, Lou.
Long hand pass, a dangerous one, not a good one, but in front is Turner, and he's done a great job on Healy's clear as he sends the ball up towards Williams in the full forward position. He flies. Williams taken off the pack by Dersma. Good play. A hand pass comes back here now, and the ball driven long by Carroll up toward, no, it's Roberts, Neagle. Ball hits the deck. Bolton again. Bolton's kick is a long one over the half-forward line. Coming in to meet it now is Smith. Couldn't hold the mark. He's got a chance to pick this up at centre-half back. Not a Swan within a mile of him. Now that's a long kick back over the half-forward line again. Manson fly, but there's a great mark to Carroll. That was a strong mark. Collingwood's forward line not firing too well as it comes out to Browning. He goes out wide. On his own there was Williams. A long hand pass to Paul Morwood. He's full of running here. One comes back again over to Edmund. Balks. Back to Mitchell. This looks dangerous. Up to Capper and Phillips. Well played by Phillips, but Capper won't give in either. But backing it well, the ball goes out that time by Gayfer out to Abernethy. Collingwood haven't thrown it in yet as the ball goes back to the centre of the ground. And a good mark taken here by Turner. Played a fair game too, Bob.
No, he's been a good player from the moment the game has started, Luke.
Turner in the centre of the ground. Well, that's not a good kick. It doesn't travel very far. It's very high as the pack fly. Two Swan players interfere. Range with a long kick at the goals. This looks good. We wait on them. It's a goal.
The new Holden Astra has arrived.
Difference. Knock away for Collingwood by Daniels. Up towards their half-forward line again. In the back it will be. Collingwood free kick. The recipient of the kick will be Collins, who's already kicked 2 goals, and he's within kicking distance. If he can kick this one, we've really got a ball game on our hands. Don't think he'll quite get the distance. Big Manson's at the back, but he can't outmark Dennis Carroll for the second time in succession from behind.
2 pressure marks by Carroll in this last 3 or 4 minutes, Bob.
Yes, he hasn't played as well as he did last week, but coming to 4 when the pressure's on is what you need from a captain.
Carroll out wide. Morwood at the back. No mark for mine. Neagle. Browning. Bolton. Doesn't get a good bounce. Back to Browning, in trouble. Had to get rid of it quickly. Abernethy is there. Mitchell in front it is. He gets offloaded pretty smartly. In goes Abernethy. Mullane was in there likewise for Collingwood. It's tapped onto Greg Smith to Turner. Over it goes from Turner to Ryan. And Manson this time, no contest. Range, 4 goals. If he's accurate, no, he's off target.
Oh, he should have gone back for a kick,
goodness
Manson, I
me.
reckon. I know it looked good with the other bloke coming down the ground, but when you're that close, you should go back and steady.
So a penalty free kick. The Swans off the hook. It's Rod Carter to take the free kick right next to the behind post. Long kick by the Swans fullback. In front is Carroll again. 3 telling marks in the last minute and a half or so.
It's when they count too, Pete.
It is Dennis Carroll from the right half-back flank. Up to the centre wing position, knocked away from Morwood by Gayfer. It's out of bounds, and we'll see a boundary throw.
Difference 22 points into this last quarter by just on 8 minutes. The ball out of bounds on the centre wing position. Swans under pressure now. Magpies playing a lot better. Ball tapped down. It comes to the deck. Picked up by Mullane. A hand pass to Shaw. It's too long. Oh, golly, showing a lot of strength that time was young Mitchell. The ball falls short. Oh, that was a difficult mark for Tony Moore to mark. It's picked up by Smith. He's come into the game too in this last quarter. A hand pass goes over now. Picked up by McEwen. A long kick over the half-forward line. Manson Couldn't hold it. The back that time was Ryan. The ball pushed out by Manson. Back it comes to Collins. Umpire got in the way then of the Collingwood player. Turner, and front of the ball is out now to Danaher. Terry Danaher out there on that half-back flank position. And a good pass and a good mark taken there by Little Wright. Short one. It's okay, and Paul Morwood's got it at centre-half forward, out towards the flank. They're in front by 22 points. 8.5 minutes gone of this last quarter. Capper making a lead. He's pretty well checked that time by Phillips. It drops short. The Collingwood player was looking around at his opponent, Smith, then, and coming at the back, we see Tony Moore would take that mark. He was worrying about his opponent instead of going for the ball.
So watch it on replay now. Very dangerous player, Tony Moore, but Gaffer hasn't been a bad player for Collingwood.
That's right. Well, waiting on the kick from Tony Moore from about 25 metres out. The angle's pretty acute. There it is. They have got through. No, it hit the post. Just grazed the post it was going through, so the difference 23 points. 15-17, 107 the Swans. The Collingwood 13-6-84 into this last quarter by just on 9.5 minutes. So we've got plenty of time for a lot more things to happen. There we see Phillips waiting for the ball. He's done a fine job there at full-back today. Watch Capper kick 2 goals up to this stage of the match.
Yep.
Capper kicked 8 last week against North Melbourne, so he's been brought back to the field by this very safe full-back.
Well, Phillips played well against Collingwood too,
yes,
didn't
he? I think
against Essendon.
Yes. Against Essendon, centre-half back.
He did an excellent job on Roger Merritt, I think, if my memory serves me correctly.
I think we've lost a ball, haven't we? We've got a new ball coming back.
There's somebody in the crowd.
Well, there'll be a raffle at the pub tomorrow somewhere. Waiting on Phillips into this quarter by just over the 10-minute mark. 23 points the difference. There's a kick coming out now to the half-back flank position, coming across to meet it as Turner. He got under that one. There's a chance now for going after his base. Taps the ball along and the ball is out of bounds. Still on the Swans half-forward on about 70 metres around from their goal.
So a boundary throw-in. As Lou said, still on their half-forward line. 107 plays 84. Magpies facing a deficit of 23 points. Fellows and Danaher. Danaher wins that one, picked up by Bays, a fresh man on. This guy's got a lot of talent. He's usually a good kick. His first kick of the day, and he's put it through for a goal.
Taxi drivers know their tyres. That's why many are now using the new Klebus